April 9, 1942, 75,000 Filipino and American soldiers, prisoners of the Japanese, began their famous march out of Bataan to Camp O'Donnell in Tarlac, Central Luzon. Thousands were killed or died en route. Mid-1942, the Japanese transferred 6,000 American prisoners of war from Camp O'Donnell to the Cabanatuan vicinity. From October to November 1944, after the American landing in Leyte, the Japanese transferred some 2,000 of the Cabanatuan prisoners to vessels sailing to Japan. About 500 prisoners of war remained in Cabanatuan. January 9, 1945, supported by the U.S. and Australian navies, the U.S. 6th Army made landings on the shores of Lingayen Gulf. January 27, 1945, General Walter Kruger immediately dispatched the 6th Army Rangers headed by Colonel Henry Mucci from Lingayen to rescue Allied prisoners of war on Pangatian prison camp near in Cabanatuan. January 28, 1945, the Rangers slipped behind enemy lines. The Alamos Scouts arrived at Platero, 2 miles north of the camp. January 29, 1945, in Platero, Colonel Henry Mucci received an intelligence report from the Alamos Scouts and Captain Juan Pajota that there have a heavy number of Japanese inside the camp and at Cabo River banks. Then delayed for 24 hours the planned raid on January 29, 1945. On January 13, 1945, a coordinated offense and defense tactics were carried out. 7:40 p.m. on January 30, the lightning assault began, surprising the Japanese guards and other transient troops. 516 Allied prisoners were saved, but had 2 casualties: Captain James Fisher, a battalion sergeant, Corporal Roy Sweezy, and 21 Filipino guerrillas. Then, the prisoners of war reached the Pampanga River. The long trek to freedom begins. The Alamos Scouts stay behind, ensuring against any retaliatory movements. January 31, 1945, the freed survivors reached Gimba and began receiving medical care. The raid on Cabanatuan remains the most successful rescue mission in U.S. military history. After 68 years, the Japanese concentration camp during World War II was preserved and became a tourist destination.